Hey guys, welcome back to Black Girl Gaming. I'm your host Creepy Soul, and today I have some JRPG news for you guys. Alright, first up for this week, we have news from Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth number 2, and in regards to the limited edition which has just been announced. Now, in the limited edition it includes a copy of the game, as always, Nepgear's Memories 2015 desktop calendar, System Melody soundtrack, so that's the soundtrack from the game, a collector's boss with a reversible cover screen, and that's going to launch for the PS Vita January 27 in North America and February 6 in Europe. Okay, next on JRPG news is news from Atelier Shallie, which is the latest release from the Atelier series on the PlayStation 3, and they have just announced their limited edition as well via NIS America, so you will have to get this from their site, either NA or Europe. I think you can get it from the European side as well. Now, in the US it's going to be $65, though the price will probably be very extreme for the European edition. As we know, they gouge the European store since it was released. So the limited edition includes a collector's edition. It's a 28-page full-color hard book, which will have lots of pictures and stuff from the series. Original soundtrack CD with a dual case, and that's going to be out on PlayStation 3 March 10 in the US and March 13 in Europe. Alright, next up in the bit of news for JRPG this week is regarding the Final Fantasy Type O HD Collector's Edition announced. A slew of collector's editions announced this week. So this one comes with a gold and steel bookcase featuring an illustration by artist Shikiri Amaru. Holds the game, obviously, and it actually holds the soundtrack as well. The composer's selection soundtrack, which comes with 15 tracks, which have been handpicked by the game's composer Yukikaru Ishimoto. It also comes with the Final Fantasy Type 0 manga 200-page comic, and then you've got 5 life-size replicas of the iconic cards held by Class Zero's Ace. And last but not least, but the most important thing of the collector's edition, is the Final Fantasy 15 demo, and won't we be looking forward to that? Looks like an awesome game, and I can't wait to play the demo. Alright, next up on JRPG news for this week is a little bit of a different one. It's not really a JRPG, but I always throw a little side one in here anyway. So Akiba's Trip, if you don't know this game, it was released on the PlayStation 3 early this year, has been out in Japan for a little while, I believe. They are now going to release the PS4 version, which has a lot of updates to it. So that's going to be releasing on February the 6th in the US, I believe, and in Europe. So you've got updated toolbox mode, you've got a visual editor, a live stream interaction section for live stream viewers, you've got updated visuals, obviously, with 1080p resolution, more residents, you've got all the PS3 and PS Vita DLC that will come with it, exclusive dialogue scenes. You have to make use of the touchpad and the speaker. It's got certain things you can do with that. So yeah, if you've never heard of Akiba's Trip, but it's a very interesting game, check it out online, and if you're interested, go out and grab it. Okay, next up on JRPG news is some news from Zestiria regarding a new party member. So they have confirmed Rose is a new party member. I'll have a picture in the video of Rose. We are hearing a lot more details from Tales of Zestiria as it gets closer and closer to Japanese release. Yes, hopefully we'll hear a lot more information, we'll see a lot more gameplay and all that business. Okay, next up is Sword Art Online Lost Songs. We've had a few Sword Art Online Lost Song updates for the last couple of weeks. This is regarding their second trailer. It's now been released. I'll put the link in the description below, so make sure to check that out if you're interested in Sword Art Online. Alright, next up is some very interesting news regarding a Final Fantasy X and X-2. Now this has just been announced for PlayStation 4, coming out in spring 2015, I believe, for North America. Now, I can't believe this. I mean, really, to be honest, they just released the remake or HD remaster on PlayStation 3 this year, I believe it was. I don't understand why you then want to release on the PS4. The only thing that makes me think that is for any people that came from Xbox 360 that never got a chance to play, you now have the chance to play. So if you're one of them people, when this is released, go out and grab a copy of this, because especially number 10 is one of the best, in my opinion, releases of Final Fantasy ever. Okay, next up on JRPG news is some news from Disgaea 5, and this has more to do with the character introduction trailer of Kilia, I think it is. I think that's how you pronounce it, maybe Killer, I'm not sure. So his brief description is, he's a Dragnor demon out for revenge against the Void Dark, strongest and the most evil demon emperor due to events in his past, and this is obviously due out in Japan on March 26th, which I think we may get a US European release later that same year. I will have a video in the description below, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in Disgaea 5. Alright, next up for this week is news from Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker, and we have a few news regarding Devil Survivor 2 for a while now, a couple of weeks. Now this is more to do with the announcement of the NA release in early 2015. Now with this I'll have a trailer in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Okay, next up on JRPG news for this week is news from Bravely Second. This is to do with the demo becoming available in Nintendo eShop for Japan only. So if you can have, if you have access to the Japanese eShop, check it out, download the demo, play it. I also have a 30-minute gameplay video from that demo, I believe, which will be in the description below. So make sure you check that out if you're interested in Bravely Second. Alright, last bit of news for this week is coming from Dragon's Dogma, and this is to do with the director teasing his new game announcement, which is going to be coming soon. This is very speculative from him, especially I think that Dragon Dogma, the original, if you've played it, it's more of an action RPG than a JRPG. But it's really good, and if you like action RPGs, for instance, if you like Kingdom Hearts, I believe you'd probably like this as well. And I played the original Dragon Dogma and I thought it was a really awesome game. So if they do end up announcing a sequel, that would be awesome. Alright guys, that's it for this week for JRPG news. As always, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to put some comments in the comment section. I'll have some more videos soon, and I'll see you guys next time.